My name is Hannah Morrow. I'm an early childhood instructional partner at Rosestein International Elementary, and our group is here tonight to respond to this recent JESPA negotiation. You are voting tonight to ratify the new agreement between you and your classified class, but the district's refusal to recognize pre-K staff or to discuss our exclusion at fact-finding has left us no choice but to be here tonight and to speak out. This year, the district used their voice to remove shared surfaces such as tables in our classrooms so that kids would stay safe. School administrators across the district used their voices to insist preschool students eat in their classrooms so the kids would stay safe. Building managements used their voices to insist that preschoolers stay off the carpet during meals so school property would stay safe. Despite receiving extra funds this year due to the federal response to the pandemic, the Early Learning Office used their voice to notify many pre-K educators that hundreds of dollars they had remaining in their class budgets would be frozen and dissolved. Many voices working together at the district table tried to create the safest environment for students in Jeffco schools, but because the pre-K staff do not have a seat at that table, Jeffco pre-K students all across the district were forced to eat off the floor, some using nothing but copy paper to ensure that they did not ingest germs and dirt off the floor. I have shared only one story with you tonight of how leaving us out harms students and staff, but be assured that there are many more. Jeffco pre-K staff need a voice to protect our children and ourselves so that together we can ensure that the future students of Jeffco preschools will thrive. Despite having documentation of majority support for JESPA recognition and evidence through JESPA's recent negotiations that they want to represent us, preschool delegates met with the superintendent, head of HR, and legal counsel and were told it would take 3 weeks to return a response to us. As the district delays, children suffer because their teachers do not have a full seat at the table to advocate for them. Jeffco's school district has already lost countless amazing early childhood educators by ignoring their valuable voices. We demand recognition as part of JESPA. To further delay is to not deny your own policy of recognizing our First Amendment right to organize. We demand a seat at the table now.
Hello, my name is Kathy Mess, and I'm an early childhood instructor at Columbine Hills Elementary School. And I've been asked to read a statement from Pastor Reagan Humber, a concerned citizen, pastor at House for All Sinners and Saints, and leader with the Colorado for the Common Good. I apologize I am not able to deliver these words myself, but I had to have an emergency procedure. Nevertheless, supporting our pre-K teachers and students is important enough to me that I'm writing you from the doctor's office. Coloradans for the Common Good, my parish, JESPA, and many other concerned citizens, teachers, staff, are outraged that the Jeffco School District Superintendent and Board of Education are not immediately recognizing the pre-K teachers' right to organize. Our pre-K teachers are some of the most hardworking and underpaid educators in this school district, and they deserve to have the same kind of voice and representation as other teachers and staff in our schools. But your policy is clear. Teachers and staff have the right to organize and join a union, and you have obligations to recognize their decisions. The majority of our pre-K teachers have decided to unionize. Now it's up to you to honor your policy and recognize their decision. The longer you wait, the longer teachers and students will have to suffer. By now you will have heard the awful stories of children being forced to eat on the floor and teachers being told there is no budget for things as simple as paper plates and placemats. The teachers and students deserve better. These students are our future, and the only way we can be assured that they are taken care of is for their teachers to be heard and taken care of as well. So tonight, I urge you to recognize the pre-K teachers' right to unionize effective immediately. And if you don't, I'll be coming back with lots more angry clergy, parents, and citizens. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tanya, and I am an ECIP at Ryan Elementary. And I am here to read a parent letter from Angela Rakestraw, whose daughter attended preschool in 2019 to 2020. My daughter had 2 ECI teachers in her preschool classroom, and her teachers had the experience and education that primarily looked at an individual child and their early developmental needs. When I heard about licensed teachers being integrated into preschool, I have a concern that any licensed teacher could apply without having any knowledge regarding preschool development. So I question the age-appropriate content that is being presented. I have a lot of respect for these ECI teachers. I know the amount of education and skill it takes to run a preschool to ensure that these educational learners can thrive. These experienced ECI teachers are important and are needed more than ever in the preschool classroom. I feel that they are undervalued and underappreciated. I encourage you to sit and really listen to these ECI teachers and hear their voice. It is important that the ECI teachers have the same professional respect as licensed educators. They deserve it.
Hi, my name is Nikki, and I'm in a co-teacher position at Seacrest Preschool. We're in front of you today asking to be seen and heard as a unit. Have you ever had to ask for permission to truly be heard and it just falls on deaf ears? That's where non-licensed preschool teachers in Jeffco have been for years. Part of Jeffco's board policy states that it's, quote, the district's policy to exclusively recognize organizations that represent the majority of employees of a particular non-administrative work group. We have met the majority requirements, as you can see, with these signed petitions. With these petitions, we are demanding that non-licensed preschool staff be recognized as members of the JESPA bargaining unit. With that, we authorize JESPA as our representative in all matters pertaining to our work conditions and wages within Jeffco Public Schools. We are just as deserving of being heard as other classified staff around the district. Ms. Dorland's two previous districts recognize their non-licensed preschool staff in their district's union. To sum up, the majority of our unit, in line with board policy, is demanding recognition.
Hi, I'm Morgan Kanjar, director at Kippen Preschool. We just want you to know that we are not alone. It's not just a handful of staff that want to be recognized, but teachers, parents, faith community, and more. So I'm going to ask everyone behind me right now to raise your fist if you support pre-K staff having a union and a voice in Jeffco.
Thank you. I believe Mr. Shu's going to welcome in our next speaker.
Next speaking group, Angie Anderson.